There we go. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are going to bring spring into the atmosphere with beautiful spring dried flower projects made with UV resin. So we're hoping that these beautiful pastel colored springs will say, get out, snow. We're ready for some spring weather. So let's usher in the spring weather together. So everything we're making together today is with UV resin. So that is the star of the show. We're going to tell you all about it, everything you need to know, and hopefully get you to try this really fun and versatile craft. So my name is Stephanie Menor. I'm here representing Blue Moon Studio. They are the makers of UV resin craft that is sold at Michael's, in the jewelry making aisle, and Michaels.com. So let's switch to the top-down camera and take a look at some of these projects that we have for you today. And they're all featuring these gorgeous dried flowers. So we have some bangle bracelets here, and these are just so pretty, endlessly customizable with any dried flower or tons of other ways to customize this, which we'll go through. So these are bangle bracelets. And then we have some coasters. So moving away from jewelry, we do a lot of jewelry making classes in this time slot. And I love to be able to show you something different. So this is a coaster. And we are going to walk you through how to make all of these projects and show you a few other things along the way. So all of these are featuring UV resin. So this is the little tiny bottle that they sell. This is the 25 milliliter bottle. So this is the tiniest bottle that they sell, but they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And for these projects, these are kind of bigger projects than we normally do. So you're going to want a lot of resin for these. This is a UV cured resin. So that means that it is liquid. And when UV light hits it, it turns into a solid, a glass-like, clear, hard finish. And this is unlike some other resins maybe you've heard of, maybe you've tried two-part resins where you have to mix two things very carefully. This is not that. It's just going to pour out of this bottle ready to go. And so I'm hoping that we have some new crafters with us, some new people that haven't tried this before, maybe some people that are new to jewelry making. This is the perfect class for you because this class features the resin itself. So when we make these, usually there's a secondary step where we're having to connect things. I'll give you an example. Let's see. Here's an example of a bracelet we made with dried flowers a few weeks ago. Maybe some of you guys that are on with us today were here for this class, but excuse me. Normally when we make something with UV resin, we make it and then we have to connect it together using jewelry techniques. So, creating jump rings, creating little um, loops and hoops and cutting things. And so there's sort of this secondary step with most of our classes. This that we're teaching today is kind of a one and done. You're going to put this in a mold, fill it to your heart's delight with flowers, and pop it out of the mold and you're done. There's no secondary step of connecting things. So this is a great beginner project if you are new to UV resin. So let's go through some of the things you're going to need. I already talked about the resin. You're going to need and want a lot of dried flowers for this. So this is how they're sold right next to the resin. This is the white flowers. You see, you get a bunch of different flowers. You get some greenery in there. Here's another example of how they're sold. This one has multiple colors in it. Excuse me. Here's another kind of yellow and orange one. I have a whole tray of these out that I'll bring out when we get to that part. Um, for the bangles, that is made with a mold. This is a silicone mold and it is very clear. And you want clear with your UV resin because any opaque molds will not work with this resin. If it's opaque, like how you have like candy molds that are made of silicone, do not use those. It won't work well. It just like blocks the light from getting where it needs to go and you'll get a funky cure. You're also going to need a light to cure this with. So this is a 9 watt UV light. And excuse me, I have been a little under the weather, so I apologize for the coughing and hacking. But we'll get through this together. So this is a UV light, 9 watt. It plugs into a USB power source, and this is how you're going to cure your resin. Now, it's UV resin. It cures in UV light, and the best and strongest source of UV light is the sun. So this absolutely cures in the sun. You can put it outside on a sunny day, on a sunny windowsill, and it will cure within 10 to 20 minutes. Maybe faster, depends on where you are, the quality of the sun, all sorts of stuff. We have a bunch of other things that we can put into the resin, and this is our mega filler kit, and this has a little bit of everything. So this just gives you a little taste of the things that you can put in resin, including some confetti and like these transparent little flakes, glitter. Here we have some flowers, real dried flowers, and here we have fake flowers. These are polymer clay flowers, and then metal pieces, plastic pieces. There's almost nothing that doesn't work inside the resin. You can use stickers, you can use paper, you can use photographs, you can use sand, you can use shells. The list goes on and on and on of what works from the resin. So enough of me talking. Let's get to crafting. So we're going to start with our bangle mold. So this bangle mold is quite large. Let me compare it and give you a comparison. Here's another mold. It has some resin stuck to it. But this is the typical size of things that we work with. Jewelry components are small. So this is like an earring mold. You can use it mix and match to make different earrings. And so this is quite large comparatively. So that's good because it makes a bracelet. Let me bring in my flowers. These are the flowers that we're working with today. I put these on a plate for easy access. And let's see if I can manage to just keep that plate over there. And we can dip into those as we need them. All right, so we are going to take our resin and we're going to go straight into the mold. And we kind of want to do like a first little layer in there. I'm just squeezing it straight in there. And it's hard for you to see, and actually it's hard for me to see how much I got in there because we're looking at clear on clear. Hold on. I switched caps on me. Yep, I have a seal on this cap. Hang on just a sec. Off. There we go. Some resin's coming out. So I'm filling this, I don't know, probably a third of the way, I would say. And that's just to get something in there and to allow us to have a base for our flowers to stick to. I would suggest using a wooden stick to work with these flowers. You always also want to have some paper towels off to the side to do some cleanup. But a wooden stick works great. This has like this doe foot kind of angled side and a sharp side. You want to use the angled side because you want to put the flat side down onto the flower. These dried flowers are very, very delicate, paper thin. You can also dry your own flowers if you're into that, but I like to get a little bit of resin on the stick and then we can go in. I think what I'm actually going to do is place my greenery first. You can see I can just pick it up just like that because it sticks on, and then I can put it in here and keep going. I'm just going to add these in little intervals. And I found that over the years working with dried flowers in UV resin, they look the most beautiful when you do add the greenery. Some people may say, oh, the greenery is boring. But it just contextualizes the flowers immediately from a distance. When you see something that's like a pastel color next to a green color, you think that's a flower. So don't be afraid to use the greenery. I think it really makes a difference in your designs. So you can see, I hope you can see, I'm just kind of placing them in there. We will have time to go back and like really be precise about the way I'm placing them. We'll be able to move them around. But for now, I'm just kind of getting them in there and trying not to break them too much. There will be some breakage because we are putting them into a curved shape. And these don't like to bend. They are very brittle. All right, couple other little pieces here. Maybe right here. Oh, that one came back out with me. So if this is the first class you have taken with me, thank you for joining us. We welcome you here. You can ask any questions that you want in the chat. I saw a question just pop up about making your own dried flowers. Absolutely. Pick those flowers to your heart's content, dry them out in a book, the traditional ways. And you just want to make sure that all the moisture is out of those flowers before you put them in the resin. Do not want to use fresh flowers in resin. That is like almost the one thing that you cannot put in resin because it will look cute to begin with, but over time it won't. That flower will start to kind of degrade inside there and decompose, and you don't want that. All right, we're ready to start adding flowers. So I'm going to start with these really cute little pink ones. And when I'm adding them, I'm definitely looking at the flower to see if I see a side that I like better. Some of them look better on one side than the other. And then I want to kind of, the best that I can, I want to kind of place them against that outside edge. And this is going to help it show when it's on the wrist. And I know I've started to make kind of a pattern here, but I want to break myself out of it because you don't have to be so rigid in your patterns. It doesn't have to go like flower green, flower green, flower green. Really, these are organic things and they look really nice when they are placed in a little more of an organic way. All right, so I'm going to add a couple bigger flowers, and I want to do those with white flowers to add some contrast. Come here, you. And this one is kind of a larger daisy, and it's going to get a little crumpled up in there. So we are just going to accept that fate and push him down in there. Get another one of these daisies over here. It will look beautiful when it is all said and done. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to add a little more resin. Paper towel, wiping that off. And you can see how I'm pouring this in one continuous stream. I don't want to do a lot of start stops because that might make some air bubbles get in there. And I would say where I am right now is this is about half full. So let's keep going. All right. And then the benefit of working with a clear mold is you can pick it up and you can look underneath and you can see if any air bubbles have formed. If they have, you can just kind of poke at them and they will go away. Air bubbles can be created by, like I said, this kind of start stopping, or sometimes if you have a flower or a leaf in there, it can kind of, as you're placing it in, you can be creating a little pocket. So I'm just going around and I'm poking at anything that looks like an air bubble. And not all of them are, but I'm just kind of poking at it, make sure that they're not. All right, wipe that off. And let's keep adding more. The other thing that you can do is kind of squeeze from the sides a little bit. If you overfill it, you can encourage that to go down in. We're going to carefully keep filling that up. We do want to fill it up the whole way. And anywhere where it kind of, I lost my aim, we can just kind of scrape that in. And again, going to go around. I see an air bubble right here. I'm just going to poke it and it'll pop. And you can take your time doing this. This will not start curing until you want it to cure. And I am going to give this a good look from underneath. And keep adding more. All right. So at this point now, I really want to set my flowers exactly where I want them to go. I'm seeing kind of like a space here where I want to add something. And then I have a bunch of like little flower confetti in here. I just want to add that in. Even broken flowers will work so beautifully in here because once this is full, it kind of has like a magnifying effect. And right now, it's more of a trust the process moment because it's going to look a little messy on top. There's no way to avoid that. You're dealing with a very thin channel, a very small target area. So it can look a little messy on top, but that's okay. because it will all work out. Okay. All right, I'm giving it one last pass just to kind of see if I need to add more. This flower sticking out. Definitely don't want anything to be sticking out because that will be pokey and eventually just flake away. All right, once again, picking it up, looking at it pretty closely, and we are ready to cure. So I can put that under my UV light, turn that on. So total cure time on this, you saw how much resin we used. There's a lot of resin in there. So total cure time is going to be several minutes. On something small, if it was just clear and very small, I would say your cure time is maybe 2 minutes. For something like this, I'm going to run this for 4 to 5 minutes. And while that happens, I am going to do a little bit of a show and tell with other dried flower projects and other Bangle projects. So grab what we have. So many bangles that we've made over the years. This is a duplicate. This, yeah, I like that one better. Okay. All right, let's talk about what's going on here one by one, because this does give you a little showcase of what you can put inside the resin. This is seed beads that we just poured inside the mold and then filled with resin. So you get a seed beaded look without the stringing on tiny little threads with tiny little needles. Here we took some letter beads, made some little phrases. This one's interesting, but I'm going to save that to the end. Here we tried to do a little tricolor mix. This was for a 4th of July class that we did. This is similar idea, but just spread out little bands of color. This was for a Halloween class that we did where we took googly eyes and put them down inside there. That was really fun. This is candy sprinkles. So that's kind of fun, moving outside of the craft aisle. This is some iridescent, sort of confetti, flaky, glittery stuff in there. These are polymer clay fruit slices, which are so cute, but you can see like the possibilities are completely endless. This is actually flowers, tiny little like buds of flowers in there. So lots of different materials that work. All right, so my lamp ran for a minute and turned off. So I'm just going to kind of turn this around, put that back under the lamp. So we did show and tell of the bangles. I want to show you some other pieces that also came from molds. So this earring is an example of a piece that came from a mold. And this is an earring. It's not been finished. It needs the ear wire to be put on it, but you can see when you use molds, it just comes out so smooth, so beautiful every time. Here's another earring that is partially finished. So this has some black glitter, 2 pieces, and you connect them together with a jump ring. And then you can turn that into an earring, and this has a dried flower on top of that one. This one also came from a mold. And that, twist that, turn that on again. I showed these pieces in our last class, but I love them so much, I like to show them off. So here we're combining mixed materials. We have a UV resin with dried flowers on the bottom, and then a earring topper made of polymer clay. Same thing on here. That earring topper is made from polymer clay that's been texturized. And so it works well with a lot of other materials. All right, so those are all my molded pieces that I wanted to show you over here. I have a whole bunch of bezel pieces, which we will get to. So let's see what's happening under here. So here's what it is, and I can feel it is no longer super liquidy. It is also not cured the whole way. See how it still has some give to it? Let's let that sit under there. You'll notice that it's a little warm when you touch it. That's not because the light is creating heat. It's this chemical reaction that's happening that's creating heat, and that is what is curing. So you will notice that it will be a little bit warm. All right, so let's let that go, and we're going to get started on the next thing. So the next thing that we're making are the coasters. And these coasters are essentially a large bezel. A bezel is this thing. Normally it's this size because we make jewelry. Here's another one. Normally it's this size. This is like a necklace pendant. Here's another one. This has those same polymer clay fruits in it. So you can make this little charm or a bracelet. You can make it into a necklace pendant. But here we're supersizing things today. And so we need to create a custom bezel. But before we create a custom bezel, I just wanted to show you how to work with an existing bezel. So this is like the size that you can buy in store. Whenever you're working with bezels, you need to use this special thing here, which is a tape. This is a special resin tape. It is a low tack tape. And you can see I have it sticky side up. And so you would put your bezel down on the tape. Let me bring you in. Put your bezel down on the tape and then do a first little smear of some UV resin, and you want to bring that to all the edges. So whenever you're working with a bezel, you are always going to cure it in layers. Okay, so it's that simple. When you have the bezel already, pretty simple. We're going to put this under there with our bracelet. There was a question that came up. It came up and went away so fast that I didn't see it. But here's what we have. It feels warm. It needs to cure for longer. So let's let both of these hang out under the light. So the steps that you just saw me do with this bezel, now you're going to see me do with a bezel that I create myself out of wire. So this is the wire that we are going to use to create a bezel for a coaster. It is flat aluminum wire, 18 gauge. It's 4 millimeters wide, and it is flat. And this is what it looks like. This has kind of been cut to size. Let me zoom you back out. So here you need to mold it around something. Something in your house. Maybe it is a glass. Maybe it is a candle. The question in the chat is what size is it cut to? Well, that depends on the thing that you're going to wrap it around. So here I have a little souvenir glass. I can wrap it around here at the bottom and make my coaster that big. I can wrap it around here at the top and make it that big. This piece is actually already cut, so I'm going to settle that about right here. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little trick. So if you have worked with wire before, you'll know that wire, especially aluminum wire, it's dead soft. It is so soft. that sometimes you can get little crenellations in there. It does not cut with scissors. You're going to want to cut it with a wire cutter of some kind, a snipper like this. And you'll see me trim this one using that tool. Where was I? So we have this around a thing of your choice. And you want to cut it so that the ends reach completely. Oh, I know what I was saying. It is soft. It is very prone to become misshapen. So let me show you a little trick in case it does become misshapen. They sell wire cutters, not cutters, wire pliers that have a nylon jaw, and that helps you. I don't have them, but I'm going to show you a replacement. It's like pliers like this that have a nylon jaw, and you like along it to straighten out the wire. If you don't have nylon jaw pliers, that's fine. You just need something that's made of silicone. This is a mold, and you can hold your wire and just kind of wrap the silicone around it and straighten your wire out that way if you've gotten it all wonky. So let's put this around our cup. About like that. And I'm really pressing it along the cup because I want this to be perfectly circular. And I want the ends to meet and just kiss. Just kiss each other. And we are going to tape them together with this same tape that I did that bezel. In fact, I'm going to steal a little piece. I'm going to steal a little piece of tape off of this bezel. And while it's still on the cup, I'm going to tape them together. The ends. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this so that you can see, but I can still do it. Let's see. Just adjusting it on the cup to make those ends come together perfectly. Okay, right there. And I have my little piece of tape. I want to set this tape on there to join them together. And I want to place the tape along the bottom edge of that wire. And that's a little crooked. Once you get the tape on, you can like burnish it with your finger, just make sure that that really stays. Let's remove it from the cup. And I really want to make sure that that is stuck on there. And that is going to, that tape on the side is going to prevent any of the resin from coming out of there. And I'm trying to remember to hit the button again on my bangle. So that's still going. All right, so now we need to use more of this tape to create a bottom for our coaster. And that is going to hold the resin in there from the bottom. So setting that down on there and just making sure that this wire is making contact with that tape. This tape is sticky side up. So let's do that again so we can cover the top of it too. There it is. And be careful laying that tape down because any waviness that you have in the tape is going to transfer to your coaster, which may end up with a little waviness. It's okay. It's going to work out fine. So I'm just pressing this down, making sure it is making contact. And I'm going to take a look at it. You can see this part over here is raised a little bit. So I just want to be aware of that and I can kind of work around it. I'll show you how. Okay, so just like we did on our little mini bezel, just like we did, we created a little bottom layer. We're going to do a bottom layer on this big guy too. Let's see how things are going here. Still a little warm. You can see I can pull the edge away. I mean, that is cured. So if it is warm, you do want to make sure that it is completely cooled before you pull it out of here. When the resin is warm, if you pull it out of here, you may be like able to bend it and kind of mess up the shape a little bit. I'm just kind of feeling, if I feel like it's ready to come out, I'm going to cure it more. Let's let that cook. Okay, so the other thing that I will mention is your work surface. So you do not want to be working near an open window with sun shining through the window because that will cure your resin before you want it to cure. In the same vein, you don't want to start working with new resin here when you have UV light over here. So let's just pause this for a second and I'm going to show you some more bezel pieces. So we did show and tell of things that came from a mold. Now we'll do show and tell of things that came from a bezel. So we did just a few weeks ago a class on making these bracelets. That was so, so cute. And you'll notice that every single one of them uses a bezel in the center. Love those. Here's another one. Let's move those out of the way. Here's a bezel piece in a teardrop shaped bezel. This one, you can create like kind of a bouquet, I guess you could say, with the greenery at the bottom and little things at the top. These two I showed you briefly, but they also use dried flowers, but they have a little bit of a tinted background. You can see this one has like a slightly smoky, this one's slightly smoky, this one has a light blue background. That is because we tinted the resin to create a background. It really makes the flowers pop. And you tint the resin with resin tints. They look a little something like this. It's sold right next to the resin, so you'll see it there. You get these in 3 packs. Here's another piece I wanted to show you that's also a bezel, but it has a galaxy design. So this uses some metal charms and some confetti and some glitter to create this bezel look. I mean, this galaxy look. All right, so let's see how we're doing here. I'm like kind of babysitting this. I just want to make sure it's all right. All right, so I'm going to turn that off so that we can start moving forward on this one. So as I said, we need a first coat of the resin, and I am going to concentrate that along the edges. making contact with these edges here. And because I feel like that lifted up a little bit, I just want to kind of baby that one edge. And let's fill it with more. So we just want enough to be a thin layer on the bottom. You can see how it kind of will move to fill in any gaps, but I can just tease at it and get it to cover. And just looking for any big air bubbles. All right, let's get another paper towel here. All right, and we are going to cure that down. Because it is so large, I'm gonna have to kind of rotate it. I also, this is another form of a UV light, comes in flashlight form. So I can kind of put that on there as well to help that along. Oh, there we go. And this is the boring part where we're just looking at a clear thing that is curing. I'm going to twist that around a little bit. Sometimes in all of my studio lights, it doesn't look like there's any light happening, but I can assure you, if you look at it from here. A question in the comments from Letty. Yes, there are larger UV lights. There are UV lights of all shapes, sizes, and wattages. We do suggest that this 9 watt is really what you want. You can get wattages up into the hundreds, but those can actually not work very well with UV resin craft just because it's too much wattage and you might actually see some smoking happen. It'll like cause it to smoke, and we don't want that. So typically UV resin craft, the reason it's sold in the jewelry making department at Michael's is it's used to make small things, jewelry, small things. It can be used to make larger things like this, but you just kind of have to adjust a little bit. All right, so that's been under there for, oh gosh, a minute. I don't think that's gone off yet. Let's see what we have. Now, if you can hear that, you can hear me tapping on it. It is no longer liquid. So we are good to take the next steps. And this is the best part because this is where you get to design and show your own creativity. So I'm going to zoom you in a little bit for this part where we can just go wild with our design. Let's bring these flowers back in and get my trusty UV resin. I'm going to put a little bit of resin on here, kind of swirling it around because you want your flowers to have something to stick to. Okay, let's look at our examples so that we can talk about options. Where did, oh, here they are. So you'll notice in both of the examples, it's creating that bouquet effect where we're using the greenery as stems and then adding a flower on the top. So that is what we're going to go for. So let's add greenery first. And we can just use a tiny little scissors to cut this where we want to cut it. Actually, I love the bottom of that. I don't want to cut that. So here's our next. We can remove little branches from it. And then gently place them down. And that little piece that I cut off of there, I'm going to use some down there because you want some like greenery at the bottom. Like it's in a field of wildflowers and things are just kind of growing. This is so fun, guys. If you have not tried this, this is like so fun. I love it. And I hope that if you guys have been on the fence about trying this craft, I hope that you will try it because it can be, there are a few small little tricks to it, but once you get the hang of it, it is so simple and you get to just become an artist, a designer. Okay, I'm going to start adding some flowers. And I've already decided I'm adding all of the colors. Oh, decisions. Decisions, decisions. Should we go here? Yes, let's go here. And I think I want to add more stems. I'm just pruning my stems. Oh, I don't want it on that side. Let's see if I can flip that over. No. It was so much prettier on the other side, but I think I might have to live with it because they are so delicate once you set them down. And then some smaller flowers just kind of in and amongst everything. This flower is not looking too good. I kind of cut it by accident, so I'm going to place another flower on top of that one. It will show a little bit better. Okay. Oh, it's looking cute. This is so fun. Let's add a little more greenery because I see some empty areas down here. I think they would look better covered up. And then what I also want to do, because I'm extra, I want to add pearls. You can add pearls. You can add little flakes like these, like gold flakes. I'm going to add pearls. And I want to add them in the center of some of these flowers, not every flower. So I'm just like dabbing a little bit of resin in the center. Oh my goodness. I love it. It's so cute. The pearls really pop on the purple. And these are plastic pearls that do not have a hole in them. Yes, they are plastic. And they come in, if you want these exact pearls, they come in the mega filler kit. This is called the mega filler kit. This is the one that I showed earlier. Okay, so we are almost done. Do I need one more over here? Yeah, I do. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. Okay, so what we want to do now is we obviously need to fill it to the top with resin, but before we do that, I want to cure this in place. If I just go pouring a bunch of resin on there now, it is going to just like disperse what we've done, and we don't want that. So let's cure it for 1 minute to lock that in place and do some cleanup and come back to our bangle friend. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's pop it out, see what we did here. It is completely cooled down. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. See, I was so worried about some of these flowers, but you once you get it in there, even this one, it looks so pretty. So this side here, this perfect side is the one that was down in the mold. There is a less than perfect side on this side, okay? So it has a little bit of roughness to it. And what you can do is you can take a piece of very fine grit, like 1,000 grit sandpaper, and lay it down on your work surface and kind of go side by side. And that can get up any little bits that aren't so perfect. If you have jaggedy bits, you can also use a little emery board, like right here. There's like a little jaggedy bit that's not going to feel good on my wrist. I can kind of just take that down with an emery board right there. Okay. So there is always going to be, when you're dealing with a full round thing, there's always going to be a perfect side and a not so perfect side. You can make the imperfect side perfect by filing it. And then if you found that you did not fill your mold completely, then you can just go right over it and add a little more resin on top and cure it. But that is so, so cute. Okay, let's skip back over here. All right, this is ready for all of our finishing touches, which is just adding more resin. It doesn't get simpler than that. So here's where you're going to wish that you had invested in like the giant XXL bottle, because this is going to use a lot. We do want to bring it up to the level of that edge. And this is also where you're going to want to be working on a surface that is completely level. This will find its own level, and hopefully it won't be crooked. So I'm letting it find its level, filling in any low spots that I happen to see. Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. Look how crisp that is. And now we just cure. I'm going to cure this for multiple minutes. I'm probably going to cure this for 5 to 6 minutes. And then you just peel off the tape and you have a coaster. It's ready to use right away. These are ultimately customizable for all of your girlfriends. Great Mother's Day gift. Whoever suggested that in the comments, I saw that comment. And it's a great idea. Make a set of 4 of these. It's so easy and it's so easy to customize it. So the last thing that I'll leave you with are 2 more pieces that we made. This was for a Mother's Day class, and we made keychains with dried flowers and UV resin, and this is on a base of polymer clay. So we just like almost decoupage on top of the baked polymer clay with flowers. So I want to thank you guys for joining us, for making it all the way to the end. I'm going to keep curing this in place. We do jewelry making classes, UV resin classes, every Monday afternoon, same time, same place, same channel. Please join us. We are bringing you cool new projects every single week. So go to michaels.com to the classes and events page, and you will see all of the beautiful projects that we have for February and March. They're all in there. So sign up for those. We love to see you guys back. Thank you guys so much for joining. I love you all. I'll see you next time.